So, my father's going to court, but I'm refusing to testify. What did he do? Well, guys, it's kind of a long story. Let me show you exactly what he's done.
My mom and dad split up when my brother and I were very young. Since then, Dad has brought home a lot of girlfriends who do not last long. We have a half-sister, Diana, who's 10. Born in 2011, my dad and her mom share custody. In 2019, his girlfriend at the time, Laura, who was told she was infertile and was 40 plus, got pregnant. She told my dad the baby was a miracle and she was going to keep him. My dad was very clearly, from the start, he's not happy with having another child. That it's Laura's project and that he feels he's too old to have a new baby at age 58. Laura told him he could have the part he wanted in the baby's life. My half-brother Leo was born a year and a half ago. He's very cute and happy. My dad was proud of him when he was born, showing pictures to everyone and all. For around 8 to 10 months, Laura and Leo lived at my dad's. However, whenever I would call him at the time and ask, "Hey, how are you?" he would reply angrily that he obviously was not well, having been trapped into having a new baby that he did not want. That he was deprived of his freedoms and is overall pissed, with having to take care of 2 young children. He would openly say that in front of Deanna and Leo. He began treating Laura worse and worse, just leaving at all times during the week or on weekends. So Laura would have to take care alone with Leo and Deanna. She has health problems and had 2 heart attacks during that time. So he reluctantly takes care of my siblings when she was recovering, but she still did the cooking, dishes, and stuff like that. After that time, Laura and Dad talk things through. Laura decides it's best if she moves out to another city. A city where my dad goes vacationing a lot because he has a boat there. Where she can get her own apartment since she has her own job. And so that Dad can come see her and Leo when he feels like it without feeling trapped. He agrees and she moves. Starts building a good life for her and Leo. Subscribes to a sports club, meets new friends. Leo's at childcare near home, etc. Laura keeps in touch with the whole family and we're welcome to stay at hers anytime. Fast forward a few weeks and my dad's telling everyone she's a horrible monster for taking Leo away from his dad and siblings. He would go to the city she's at randomly, asking to see Leo and bring him back to his house in another city for just a few days. Laura does not know when she's going to see Leo again. When she refused to let him see Leo for 18 days, it's because she can't stand the uncertainty of needs my dad to respect the schedule. He's even gone to Leo's daycare and taken Leo and just left without her knowing. Laura's filed a lawsuit against him to attain full custody, plus my dad would have the right to visit Leo on the weekends and vacation under a fixed schedule. My dad wants me to testify for him in court, but, in my opinion, he brought this on himself. I refused to testify for him, and now he's refusing to talk to me. Am I the a-hole for this situation?
Okay, so it seems like almost everyone's against the father. Here's the top comment. You should absolutely testify, just not on his behalf. What your dad doing is wrong, and I hope Laura's successful in protecting her son from him. Does Deanna's mother know what your father badmouths his daughter in front of her? Because I also want Deanna protected from him, not the a-hole. Guys, there were so many comments like that, but tell me, in your opinion down in the comments below, what would you do if you were in OP's position? Testify or not? Drop those down and we're going to turn our attention to our next story. Am I the a-hole for refusing to pay a dime for the medical bills of the teenager I technically hit with my car?
Last year, I was driving home from work on a 4-lane road that has a divider in the middle. It's dangerous to cross against the light because the speed limit's 45, but people do it anyways. I saw a group of teens standing on the divider waiting to cross my lane, but figured they were waiting for the light to change so they had the right of way to cross. Well, they didn't, and one kid walked right in front of my car. I slammed on the brakes, but could not swerve because there were cars in the lane next to me. He was pretty seriously injured but survived, and from the most recent info, I heard he's regained full mobility but continues to deal with some cognitive issues. I blamed myself for a long time, spending several months in therapy over the guilt. But overall, the accident was not my fault at all. By the laws of physics, I could not have stopped in time. I was obeying all traffic laws, and he knowingly walked directly into multiple lanes of oncoming traffic against the light. Apparently, he said he assumed I would stop for him. But if I had not hit him, a car in the lane next to me absolutely would have smashed him. My insurance company defended me in the multiple lawsuits from his parents' health insurance company, and the ones his parents filed against me personally. I was ruled not at fault every single time, but unsurprisingly, his parents are now seriously struggling to pay the medical bills, and think I should be paying most of it. According to the GoFundMe, they have well over 6 figures worth of bills. They're losing their house, and one of the parents is out of work now. I've been contacted by no less than 20 people, insisting that since I, quote, hit him with my car, I have moral obligation to help pay. My issue is, my husband and I both lost close relatives to what's going around, and received modest inheritance where we were not expecting. So technically, we do now have the money to help. Without it, we would not be able to make any meaningful dent in the debt. Our plan had been to use that to pay for the IVF to start a family of our own, and potentially adopt if that's how it goes down. But now, with so many friends and family members of the boy reaching out to my husband directly, and about the GoFundMe too, my husband says he feels morally conflicted, using that money to, in his words, create a whole new kid when one's already in need. He wants to give the money to the boy's parents to help pay off their debt, and is now even talking about the, quote, payment plan they want me to agree to. I understand that technically I hit the kid, but under the circumstances, I don't think I should have to sacrifice having my own kid because of his carelessness. My husband and the legion of people harassing me say it's cruel to refuse to pay a dime. I think helping even a token amount will open the floodgates. I don't feel bad about refusing. Should I? My husband is someone I see as a really reasonable person, so he's making me second guess my feelings.
As this is a sad story because a kid got hit with a car, lots of people are taking the support of OP because, well, she's being harassed. They're saying she needs to contact her lawyer because the harassment is just too much. I want to know what you guys think of this. Yes, OP technically hit the kid, but she wasn't breaking any laws in the traffic. So yeah, it's a tough one, but drop it down below. My opinion, not the a-hole. Alright guys, we have one more story to look at today. It's another Am I the A-hole, but man, let me tell ya, this one's juicy. Am I the a-hole for telling the police and private detective where my fiance's sister was hiding after they came looking for her? Guys, there's a lot of viewers that are not subscribed. Please, it helps me so much with the channel and the algorithm if you guys hit that subscribe button right about here. It only takes a couple seconds and it immensely helps me. Here's today's final story.
The background is this. My fiance's sister had an affair with a married man from her work. She gave him chlamydia, and he gave it to his wife. My fiance's sister got it treated, but she did not tell him, and he gave it to his wife, and she ended up in the hospital. My fiance's sister is also pregnant from the affair. The married man's wife is divorcing him. She's suing my fiance's sister for something called alienating affections because she had an affair with a man she knew was married. In our state, it's a crime to give your partner an STI and not tell them. The married guy's wife made a statement to the police. Also, fiancé's sister was suspended from her job because she was an assistant manager and the married guy was her employee, and that's against their policy. There was also sexual harassment issues at play. I know all this because of what my fiancé told me, and also because to save money for the wedding and house we're living in, the basement apartment until her parents' home. So, a police officer, a private detective hired by the lawyer for the lawsuit, and someone from our workplace have come here at different times looking for her. She was dodging getting the lawsuit papers and giving a statement to the police. She was telling everyone she went to stay with her parents, but she wasn't really. Ways after the visit from them had happened, I heard my fiancé on the phone with her sister. I heard what she was saying, not in this city anymore. So, I called the private detective and notified the police. My fiancé's angry at me for giving up her sister's whereabouts. She also told me her parents are being looked at for lying to the police about knowing her sister's location and giving her monetary support. I have no idea about what her parents told the police. I only knew they wanted to talk to her. I don't think I'm the a-hole for telling the police and private detective where she was staying. She's an adult. This entire situation's on her own making. My fiancé and her parents and sister, by extension, are so angry at me and think I'm the bad guy here. They also blame me for putting stress on her while being pregnant.
Okay, so most comments are telling OP to run. Here's one of the comments. Exactly what I was going to say is this. Not the a-hole, but run like hell. Is the immoral family really what you want to marry into? I don't think your fiancé's any better because they're siding with the family. What the sister did, absolutely wrong. And this is not even including an affair with a married man. That's the between the married man and his wife and the sister. But the rest of it just reeks of enabling, abuse, irresponsible behavior, and fiancés in on it. So, run. Alright guys, that's pretty strong words. What do you think of that comment? Tell me your opinion below. That's all the stories for today. Please hit that subscribe button. You guys have a wonderful day, and Mr. Reddito will catch you in the next one.
The latest Mr. Reddito producer, Christine Billings. Thank you so much for the support.